Patte, 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 patte.
All the best people are crazy. All the best people are.
What's up, crazies? My name's Jessie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a digital intermediate engineer, also known as a conforming artist who worked the last couple of years in film post-production and who can tell you a lot about how movies are made and what to notice while watching them. Divergent, Hunger Games, Maze Runner. All of these YA dystopian future novels turned movies were very popular about 10 years ago. But now, in 2024, Netflix decided they wanted to make the book that came before all of those into a movie, starring Joey King as the main lead. I am of course talking about UGLIES that came out in 2005, so almost 20 years ago. Does this genre then have a reawakening, or did the movie miss its audience by 10 years? Let's dive in.
All my life, I wanted to be pretty.
Lol, same.
This that pretty girl mind.
The movie starts out with Joey King explaining to us how humans destroyed the Earth, as they always do. But then, scientists created a plant that can make humans pretty and stop aging, because that is the natural progression after a war that nearly destroyed humanity. Duh. This monologue is accompanied by what looks like stock footage they just put pretty grading on, and feels like you're watching an ad for a bottled water company or something. Try water. You can not only swim in it, but drink it too. Get your bottle today. Water, we quench all your thirsty needs. What am I doing? She goes on to say that everyone undergoes this pretty transformation on their 16th birthday and then gets to live in the big city with all the other pretty people. Before their transformation, they are called UGLIES.
She said it. The name of the movie.
And they live across the bridge from the pretty city in, I guess, what can only be Ugly Town. The main character, Tally, is obsessed with becoming pretty and can't wait for her operation. Honestly, this mock-up of her pretty face, it's so scary. She looks like a walking TikTok filter. Imagine you actually look like that in real life. Imagine everybody look like that. Ow. She meets up with her friend Paris, with an E, whom she calls Nose, and whom she totally does not have a major crush on, and together they spy on the pretties across the river. And this is my first problem that I have with this movie. Her friend is literally played by Chase Stokes, the guy from Outer Banks, and he's supposed to be ugly. What? They gave him a little bit of a crooked nose, which is why she calls him Nose. But, like, come on, look at that jawline. You cannot convince me that this guy is ugly. Since the next day, Paris goes off to have his operation. Him and Tally promise to meet up in a month at their secret spot underneath the bridge. But when the time comes, Paris doesn't show up. So Tally decides to sneak across the bridge to find him. Stellar idea.
Hello, pretty.
That's the creepiest greeting I've ever heard.
Do you know where Garbo Mansion is?
It's right there.
Oh my god! That's Stieg! From Tall Girl. That's where he ended up, eh?
Paris?
Oh my god. What did they do to his hair? This looks like the fried hair that Carlos had in Descendants. So, surprise, surprise, becoming pretty turned Paris into a complete jerk. And all he cares about now is being handsome. Also, apparently the pretty city has an ugly sensor because they scan Tally's face and that triggers, I guess, the ugly alarm.
What did he say?
And she gets chased by the authorities. I'm not kidding. Tally manages to escape with the help of a girl on a hoverboard.
That was insane! I thought you were gonna fall off at that U-turn. Yeah, so did I! I jumped off Garbo, that's why they were chasing me. Wait, in a bungee jacket? Yeah.
Wait. She's supposed to be ugly? Look at those dimples. Okay, either this is the point of the movie, that these supposed ugly people are all gorgeous, or they fully messed up the casting. So Tally and this girl, Shay, become BFFs in like 2 seconds and spend the next few weeks teaching Tally how to hoverboard, while Tally shows Shay how to hack doors and fridges, I guess, with a ring they all carry. One day, Tally asks Shay what she imagines her future face to look like.
What's your anonym? I want to add you.
I took down my account. I'm not on there.
Over the next few scenes, it becomes quite evident that Shay has her doubts about the operation.
Would it be so bad not to do it? A surgery?
We have to.
What's the alternative? Become all moldy and crinkly?
Oh no, aging.
You become a freak?
Maybe I'd go to the smoke.
The Smoke is a place that most people believe is not real, but supposedly is where all the outcasts and freaks live, and they are led by a rebel called David. The day before their operation, Shay wants to run away to the Smoke with Tally, but Tally refuses, and so Shay goes off alone, leaving instructions on how to find the Smoke behind, in case Tally does change her mind. The next day, when Tally is supposed to get her operation, she is instead taken to the leader of the city.
Hello, Tally.
Ow! Jump scare.
I'm Dr. Cable.
This is so uncanny. The beauty filters are literally screaming at you. It's creepy. I'm so glad people don't look like this in real life.
We need your help. Shay's missing. Shay's in danger.
I don't know where she is.
We believe she's been brainwashed by a man named David.
I wish I could help.
Maybe a night back at the dorms will help you remember.
You're gonna send me back to the dorms?
Only until you can help.
In her dorms, Paris comes to visit her.
They're after me about my friend Shay. And apparently I can't get surgery until I tell them where she is.
So just tell them everything you know. Besides, it sounds like Shay's in actual danger. You're not breaking a promise if she needs help.
Tally decides that if Shay really is in danger, then she wants to help find her. Dr. Cable gives Tally a necklace with a tracker in it and instructs her to find a supposed weapon David possesses that can supposedly destroy the city and everything they have worked for all those years. Tally follows the very cryptic and weird instructions Shay left her, almost dying in the process, until she makes it to a field full of flowers where she lays down to rest. She wakes up with smoke all around her and a stranger.
Who are you?
I'm David.
Is my room also on fire, or why is it getting hot in here? David searches her for any trackers and apparently has a very bad detector because it doesn't recognize the necklace that Tally has around her neck as a tracker.
You're clean.
Brilliant. He then takes her to one of their outposts. You've got to be kidding me. Is this a real person? For a movie called Uglies, there sure are a lot of very good-looking people around. I wonder what that casting was like. Like, hey, congrats! You got a role as one of the Uglies! Congratulations! That agent was fired!
Tally? Shay? Shay! Oh my gosh!
Uglies? Sure. Whatever you say, Netflix. Whatever you say. The next day, David tells her that their mission is to burn down the fields of all the flowers that power the city and keep their inhabitants young.
Those orchids are toxic. They pull all the nutrients from the soil and destroy everything in their path.
No, those are the clean solution to the oil that the Rusties used.
That's what they want you to believe. Those flowers are turning the planet into a wasteland, killing everything, forcing everyone to live in the city.
During the mission, Shay falls out of the helicopter, but Tally jumps after her and rescues her, which wins her the trust of David and his crew, so he takes her to the heart of the smoke. But not before Tally creepily watches David bathe in a lake. Okay.
Welcome to the smoke.
Let's go.
Something I really like about this movie is the grading. The picture is very clean, no grain filter, thank God, which makes sense. Firstly, this movie is taking place in the future, where you would assume the cameras are better and can produce clean footage. And secondly, also makes sense because this movie is about the desire of being
Flawless.
They use a lot of subtle color theory, like in this shot, blue-orange, or blue-yellow in the beginning, for example. It gives the overall feeling of harmony in and of itself because the colors in many shots harmonize well with each other, making it look pretty. During her time in the smoke, Tally periodically, very inconspicuously, sneaks off during her chores to look for the weapon Dr. Cable tasked her with finding, but she basically always gets caught, which does not help Croy's suspicion of her, and she also doesn't find anything.
Scouts were spotted in the West Pass last night. The city is not going to stop because the smoke is a threat to everything they stand for. Where we believe in preserving what's natural, choosing who you become, they believe in manipulation. And I'm not okay with that. And you're not okay with that. And we will do whatever it takes to protect that. Yes.
Tally and David spend some alone time together where he teaches her how to shoot arrows. And things get a little flirty. Because of course they would with a handsome man like that. Who, by the way, is wearing this woven kind of see-through shirt. Which, I'm not complaining. Just wondering why he is the only one wearing this very thin and cold looking shirt while everyone else is wearing like multiple layers, long sleeves, and vests. And there he is with like just the shirt on.
Wait a minute.
That was a choice.
Do you ever miss the city?
I've never lived there. I was born here.
Your parents live here?
Raised me themselves.
I barely know my parents.
The last time I saw them, they asked me for my morpho so they could find me after surgery.
I'm sorry.
It's normal for parents to want that.
It's not, Tally.
David then gives Tally gloves to protect her hands from blisters during work, which apparently is a big deal, as Shay exclaims later, because he made them himself, and giving anyone something handmade in the smoke is always a symbol of care and trust. She also urges Tally to make a choice. Does she want to return to the city and become pretty? Or does she want to stay in the smoke and become part of the rebellion?
What made you change your mind? Shay told me you didn't want to come, then you did.
I guess I just want to choose who I become. It wasn't easy, though. Some say that you radicalize people.
All social change is seen as radical at first.
They say that you have a weapon. They are planning to wipe out the city.
David then takes Tally to his parents, who used to work for the city as scientists, but quickly realized that something weird happens to the brain during the procedure. And here's where the movie becomes even more on the nose, killing all subtext. Becoming pretty takes away their empathy, their personality, their dreams and wishes, and critical thinking.
You were sedated into a false sense of happiness.
I don't understand.
They erase who you are.
David's parents actually started working on an antidote to the transformation, but when they were discovered, were forced to flee before they could finish it. After hearing all of this and realizing that everything she's been told her entire life was in fact a lie, Tally very idiotically throws her pendant necklace with the tracker into a campfire. Which, like, girl, if you wanted to destroy that thing, you should have just, smashed it with a hammer or taken it onto one of your helicopter missions and then dropped it down into the fire. Come on, girl, I was rooting for you.
I didn't come here for the smoke. I came here for myself. I was told these lies my whole life and believed every word.
I brought you here and told you everything tonight because I know who you are today. Stop thinking about what your parents want, what the city wants, what the smoke wants. What do you want?
I want you. Also, they copied this verbatim from the Notebook.
Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
Donuts.
I've just done so many bad things. It makes me feel like maybe I am just ugly.
No. What you do, the way you think, makes you beautiful.
Yep, no subtext. Then they do some kissing, because they hardly know each other, and that's how it always goes in these movies. But Tally, having thrown that pendant into the fire, naturally triggers its alarm, because that's how technology goes. When you throw things in the fire, they trigger the alarm. And the next day, Dr. Cable and an army of super enhanced pretties, even more mindless soldiers basically, of whom Paris is a part of, pay the smoke a visit. They kill David's father, and while Dr. Cable isn't looking, his mother puts part of the antidote in David's pocket. Dr. Cable then reveals to everyone that Tally was sent as a spy, which it was so obvious that this was going to come out, and then attacks the rest of the smoke. David and Tally can escape while the others get captured and taken back to the city to get their procedures done involuntarily.
David, I tried to destroy the pen and I didn't know that it would call them. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
You lied. Every word was a lie,
They
Tally.
made me. I never knew that there was a way that you could live and be yourself and that would be enough, or that the cost of becoming pretty was your mind.
No subtext. This message is right in your face. So, after some convincing, they team up and make their way to the city to rescue their friends. They find some of Tally's old friends in Ugly Town and ask them for help.
Sassy, Tally, we heard the smoke was destroyed. David?
You don't exist.
Don't hurt me. Whoa, you're David, that's David.
Same girl, same.
I'm David. We need your help.
I need you guys to get
Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
David and Tally break into the facilities and manage to rescue everyone, but one of them is missing.
Tally.
Ach du Scheiße. What did they do to her? No. This is supposed to be flawless. If this is perfection, I don't want it. Oh, this is actually really devastating because she really didn't want this. Plot that twisted my bowels.
She is breathtaking, isn't she?
Nah, she was up before, ma'am. Now I want to run when I see that. David, his mother, and Tally get forced into the surgery tubes while Dr. Cable holds her evil villain monologue. Something about humans thinking for themselves is what's wrong with humanity. I don't really know, I wasn't paying much attention. But then, of course, in the last minute before the surgeries can start, we have our Deus Ex Machina. Play that again. Did you compete in the let all your air out and then try to scream challenge? Or did becoming pretty just take away your ability to gasp in surprise? Because the heck was this? Croy's attack works and the chambers explode, freeing Tally, David, and his mother. They grab Shay, and just as they are about to get out, someone else tries to stop them. He looked so much better before. I really think it's the hair. It's the hair. The brown hair was so much better for his skin tone, and also the length with the waviness complemented his facial features so much more than whatever this is.
Squint and nose. Forever. Do you remember that? Come on, I know you're still in there.
Squint.
He's not dead. I don't believe that for a second, because if we've learned anything from TV, it is no body, no dead. Looking at you, Pretty Little Liars, and Riverdale.
Is everybody all right?
Yeah, thanks to you both.
Well, guys, we got it. We got what we need for the cure.
So they discuss whom they should try this antidote on, and Tally suggests Shay, because we know that Shay didn't want to have the operation, but now she's so brainwashed that she wants to stay pretty. And their golden rule is to never, ever try it on someone who doesn't voluntarily want to take the antidote.
Honey, we are not going to perform medical experiments on an unwilling subject. That's the difference between us and them.
I'll do it.
What?
Yeah, what?
I'll be your test subject. They'll turn me in, and then you'll turn me back.
Said and done. Tally gets herself captured, and we get a glimpse into what her life and she look like now.
At peace.
Are you satisfied with the outcome of your surgery?
Yes, I love the new me. I love being pretty.
Her eyebrows aren't even. It's all a lie! Nah, just kidding. But damn, that is a crazy filter they smacked on there. On all of the pretties. It makes it look so unreal and so not human. They literally look like plastic dolls. They remind me of Megan. You know that robot from that horror movie?
You should probably run.
This movie was quite enjoyable, despite its completely non-subtle subtext. You can be pretty, but it will cost you who you are. There this is the movie, basically. Like I said before, I really liked the color grading, but the cinematography was also very interesting at times. There were some angles that pleasantly surprised me, and I liked how they mixed it up with some wide angles where the edges were blurred. It gave a dramatic and cinematic feel to some scenes, and I appreciate that. The VFX are pretty well made, especially for a Netflix movie. Like this aerial view of the city. This was very pretty and well made. There are a few things in the movie that I can pick out, but never in a way that like distracted me or upset me. You can also tell they used a lot of built sets with green screen behind them, which makes it look much more realistic than if it only had been green screen. The beauty filters were very jarring and made the pretties look very unreal, but it was perfect for what it was trying to be and trying to show. This is the only time where I can accept beauty filters because, first of all, it had a point to make and added to the story, and second of all, it was used on male and female actors equally and not just the women, as it usually always is. The story, to me, felt a bit rushed and the characters not really fleshed out, but that is always a hard thing to do when you adapt a book into a movie. You have to decide between either detailing the characters or detailing the plot. You oftentimes can't have both unless it's like a 3-hour movie, which this is not. This is also why I personally prefer TV shows or series to movies, because there's just more time to display the characters, show more of them, and give them just more room compared to a movie. It is still very funny to me that this movie is called UGLIES, but has so many drop-dead gorgeous people in it. Like, it kind of makes you feel like this is the point of the movie, that the flawlessness everybody is trying to achieve actually makes them uglier than they were before in their natural born form, if you can say it like that. But yeah, again, not a lot of subtext going on here. All in all, I was surprised by this movie. I've always loved this genre and can quote almost all of the movies from that time when they were popular. I actually would be very interested to see a second movie. I think there's 4 books, so let's see if Netflix actually continues making the series. I also like that we got not a sequel of a sequel or a prequel of a prequel from a prequel from something, but actually kind of original idea here. I'm also curious to see if this genre will have a comeback or if this was like a one and done. I mean, it did come on the heels of the prequel to Hunger Games, but still, I don't know. What do you think? Will there be a comeback? Or are they 10 years too late and cinema has moved on too much and is doing too many different things now? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow my social media. You'll find the links to my TikTok and my Instagram down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, but also to my second channel, Jessie Grace, where I am starting out as an indie musician. Turn on notifications to never miss an upload, and all the amazing content coming your way. Stay crazy, see you next time, bye! I would love if this genre had a comeback. And I want a 4th Divergent movie. How did it actually end, you know? What happened to Tris? What happened to 4? I mean, I know what happens in the books, but like, I'm interested to see, you know, what would have been the ending to this movie series that I really loved and liked and can quote.